Hello everyone and welcome once again to yet another wonderful episode of People's Voice on iBrandTV. It is a program that offers you an opportunity to lend your voice, especially on trending issues as it affects us as a people and the society at large. Once again, welcome to the show. I am Joshua Okata.
And I am Samuel Okata.
And this is the People's Voice. On today's episode, our focus is on certification. Does obtaining a certification equals with a certified mind? What's your view on this? Share it with us by following us on our socials at iBrandTV to get your views heard. We'll be back in a moment. Do stay with us. Glad to have you back. So the universities and polytechnics are clearly a key part of a tertiary system where knowledge and advanced skill sets are acquired, which of course are the determinants of a country's growth and standard of living as learning outcomes are transformed into goods and services. Greater institution capacities, a more effective public sector, a stronger civil society, and a better investment climate. Unfortunately, in recent times, these institutions for learning have become a factory for the production of certificates alone, where a large amount of students are churned out year in, year out. Students who are necessarily about certificates, rather than being thoroughly bred and armed with the right skill set in order to become the 21st century solution provider that the society craves for. Sam, we're really in a big mess. Where are we headed at with this kind of situation at hand?
Well, I really share your sentiment, obviously, and it's really sad, to be very frank with you. And that's why I don't really believe in the fact that, having certification, equals an individual having a certified mind. My reason of saying this is simple. If really certification equals an individual having a certified mind, then we shouldn't be having the kind of ill manners, misbehaviors, menace, what have you in the society today being caused by the so-called educated people or degree holders, as the case may be. Well, that is not to say that being certified cannot equal an individual having a certified mind.
All right.
That is not exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
But that can actually be accomplished only on one ground.
Okay, what is the ground
The individual in question this time aligns himself or pattern himself by what he or she actually went to the institution for.
Which is what?
Which is the education.
Getting knowledge.
Yes, because the whole essence of education, I must be frank with you, is to actually help us have morals and values which will which can be projected right into the society, and it helps us also to fit in appropriately into the society and makes us even act the way we are expected to act. Then secondly, to education in one's life helps the individual to be aware of what the society out there holds. And not also forget, education gives us knowledge, and when applied, transforms into what? Wisdom. So come to think of it, an individual without education, it can be likened to someone placed in a dark room. Obviously, you're blind, so to speak. You don't even know what is happening. So that is what education is supposed to be to us, as far as this country.
So based on what you're saying, it's not as if you are kicking against certification and at the same time saying that a certified mind is much better. But you're saying from all you've just said now that one should be able to strike a balance.
True.
In as much as you want to obtain the certification, you should as well develop on yourself in order for you to be able to be ready to acquire knowledge and be able to use that knowledge to help yourself in life at the end of the day. I think that's the whole essence of what you're saying. Well, the show is not over yet. Of course, as you know, it's the people's voice. So let's hear what the people have to say as regards this. Take a look.
of Our Lady of Apostles. I'm from Ireland. I'm presently working in Ireland as the leader of the OLAs in Ireland, and I used to work in Nigeria for many years. So you have asked me now to distinguish between, or what do I think is the difference between certification and a certified mind. I've never heard such a question before. But anyway, so as I said, if I have to go to be psychologically assessed, all right, you might have me undergo a test, and then you will certify that I am of sane, fairly normal level, or whether you see something like pathological or something that is of concern in that particular. So that would be one type of a certified sick mind. They don't use that term. I'm not a psychologist, but that's so. Otherwise, I think you might be asking me if a student goes through school or university and gets a certificate at the end of it. They have passed their exams. They are certified. They are a graduate. So they have the certificate saying, okay, you can teach, you can nurse, you can be a doctor. They have the certificate. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're able to do what the certificate says. A certified mind, I would say, like, there's a certainty about that. So I would say that mind is somewhat certain in the field in which it says that it says on this document. So that's a teacher. Okay, that mind. And then again, the mind doesn't function without a real heart behind it that is also kind of in tune with that mind, and even a gut. So I would say a truly, let's say, a good doctor or a good teacher or a good nurse or a good anything that can be engineer is somebody who is properly certified. Doesn't just have the certification, but is a person whose mind and what it says on the document that they are qualified as, they are capable truly of doing it, because they are certain. Their mind, their heart, their competence is truly behind what it says there on this paper, is capable for it. Is that an answer? To these kids here doing secondary school, they might get their certificate at the end of it, but they may, some may cheat. We pray that doesn't happen here. Some may cram for their exams and come out and write it all down and then go away and forget it. So they will have the certificate. But the ones who will truly have learned are those who put their heart and their soul and their mind into it during this journey while they are in their secondary school level. And then they will have a certificate that says, yeah, they have it, but they are certified in it because their mind, their heart, their soul is truly capable of what it says on the cert. Is that a good definition?
What's your view about horrible bosses, people who are lawyers? Especially they use their staff.
We can just plead to them, because most especially the bosses, they will use one opportunity or the other to say this man or this lady has offended me. They will be maltreating them, not knowing that they will all leave that seat one day and meet somewhere else. We just have to plead to them that younger today is coming and older tomorrow. So they should please, and the government should please, maybe 1 or 2 times per annum, to be giving them lessons on how you talk to your bosses, how you talk to your staffs, and how you treat them. May Almighty God be with us.
Okay, the first thing I need to establish is that without the human assets, there is no workplace. So take for instance, if you say you have a machine installed in your office, the machine cannot do the work. So the people that do the actual work are the people, the human. This human are your biggest assets. They spend 90% of their time in the work environment. So it's expected that the management, the top guys, if I may put it that way, should be able to know how to relate. So they should be able to have emotional intelligence. They should be able to have ability to relate with their employee in a manner that will help them, motivate them in work. So words could actually kill the morale of a staff. So I would encourage bosses out there that without me, your work, you will not be able to achieve what you're supposed to achieve as an organization.
Now, so for those who are looking for job opportunities, what would you advise them to look out for so that their mental health is not messed up?
Okay, the first thing you have to look out for when you want to pick up a job is from the start of the interview. If you schedule me for an interview for 12 noon and I'm coming at 11:45 and I'm sitting there for over an hour or two, then I should pinch myself that this place, there are some things that I need to take a walk, because it starts from there. It starts from little things as keeping to time, be able to like manage people, manage time.
Looking at the situation of things in the country, how can you distinguish between certification and certified?
It's very, very important to have the primary basic education. But it's not just about acquiring the certificates, maybe just reading to pass, but acquiring the right skill, the right knowledge, the right understanding of the field of study. And that's how this is going to impact the society and wherever the child is going to work, or wherever the child is going to, where the person will work, whether in the future or in the society or the country at large. It's not just about the certificates. The right skill, the right understanding of the job, of that vocation is very, very important, that is being taught and well understood and is being practiced by the students. So it's very, very key. It's not just getting the certificates, because if you just get the certificates and you cannot even defend what that certificate is all about, then the years spent in school is a waste of time.
What would you advise people to do better so that people would rather not get a certificate but having a certified one?
I think having a certificate, that is just to tell us, okay, I went to school, I'm certified, I sat for the exam, I passed. We should also work on skill, creativity, knowledge, in-depth and sound knowledge of whatever we are doing. More, we should make sure that practical is also very, very essential, not just the theoretical part of it. And all this should be incorporated even from primary to secondary school level. Some technical schools, they are good in the practical area, practical aspect of it, but it should be incorporated right from the onset, so that we'll be sure that whatever we are giving out, the graduates, they have their certificates and they have a certified mind. I think it go a long way to help us.
Glad to have you back. So joining us to do justice to this topic is our very amazing guest. He's joining us right via phone call to give us his analysis on this very topic. He is by name Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Koko. He is an academia. Welcome to the show, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you very much. It's nice being on your platform.
Yes, I was about asking you, how do you feel
for the first time being on the show today via the phone call.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you've reached out to me to talk on your platform. I feel many Nigerians need to embrace all that is happening and come and share some light in their areas of expertise. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. So now let's go straight into business, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So help us make sense out of this. What's the nexus, between certification, I beg your pardon, and a certified mind? What's the nexus between these both?
Okay. First and foremost, I wouldn't do justice on getting into my topic without sending my condolences to those who lost their loved ones at their Project Kaduna train attack yesterday.
Same
All right,
here,
sir.
sir.
I'm also praying that those who were kidnapped be released safe and sound. I think our discuss today is certification versus certified mind.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. I can start by saying African youths or youths globally today will have to realize that it takes more than certificates to have a certified mind.
True.
Yes, because in the real world, this is the fact that due to a large chunk of Africans or youths across the globe, they've put more focus on certificates rather than building a certified mind. In the sense that if you look at the structure and how the world is moving towards a global economy and into tech, you will realize that right now certificates are becoming normal. Almost everybody is acquiring this certificate. But what will distinct you between those that acquired the certificate and those that implemented is the certified mind actually. And this certified mind doesn't necessarily come out of certification. Certification, I think, I can explain it in such a way that is an added advantage or quality and open your eyes into the reality of the world. But true certified mind even starts from the cradle of the family. Then you proceed into the society and then into the school itself where you get certificates and into the streets and the places of travel. So in order for you to have a certified mind, you have to be affected by the environment around you. And it requires a lot of tolerance, self-capacity building, soul searching, and many more. Beyond that, to prove that a certified mind actually to me it's more important than certificate. Thank you.
All right. So now, giving us your exhaustive explanation as to what makes an individual, referred to as a certified mind. Now, my next question to you would then be, what do you think sets a certified mind apart from the rest of the pack? Can you just give us an example?
I think number one, sheer determination, creativity, and access to information, and a lot of this. Okay, if I can give you an example, let me give you an example. Let me start with somebody like Elon Musk in his interview. And he said there was no need to have a college degree at all high school certificate because many graduates from school I feel that they will do greater things and in the end up not achieving what they want to do. I think the biggest man on the tech sector now is Elon Musk. Then we have the likes of Bill Gates. These are people who have created, they've upheld their mind into the prison of the world. That one needs to have a certificate or one needs to have a grade or one needs to actualize their dreams, no? And if you look at it from Facebook to that's an international, from Facebook to Twitter to the tech, which is something like the Bitcoin and all, these are proponents of certified mind. You cannot put it into a certificate actually because the brains behind it are not those who believe actually in those certificates. And I can even come back to Nigeria here where we have the advent of the Flutter Wave, the OP, the K-Stack and the tech sector who guys doing many things possible to create or survival means for themselves out of the normal draw-up line of the certificate. Even our entertainment industry, if you look at the likes of Wizkid, the likes of Burna Boy, the certificate actually matters. but it's not a yardstick for survival or for progress or success. Thank you.
All right. Now, if you look at, if you flash your mind back to the late 80s stroke early 90s, you would agree with me that at that point in time, a lot of people who somehow graduated from, institutes of learning, were coming out with very sound mind, if you agree with me. In fact, from the way they acted and the way they spoke with you, you could tell that these ones were thorough breeds. But these days, in fact, the moment you start having an interaction with some of these youths these days, from the way they talk with you, the doubt in your mind about these ones being certified or not is so large. Why is this the case these days?
I think we go back to culture. And culture, in the words of Metamasile, is the people's way of life. It's the customs and costumes, it's the manners and mannerisms, and also a people's way of life. If the people leave their culture, I think they've left everything to the hands of the wind. So, the practical example is that in those days, in the 90s and in the 80s, culture and religion was a very big issue.
Yeah.
It was upheld by society. I remember those days where you look at all these ritualists and the whole community is against it. The schools, the churches are against it. Once the child is also a child of the community, and once you're going backward or you're derailing, the whole environment is against you. But we've grown into a world now. I don't know if it's due to poverty. I cannot say poverty, but I think it's lack of morality. We've gone into a world whereby our morals are not more important.
So you're blaming it,
especially in Nigeria. Here.
So you're blaming it now on the lack of morality because of the pressure people are, mounted with to make money so quickly, right?
Exactly. Certainly, that's what it meant. We've replaced morals with money, and we've turned anybody who doesn't have money but have substance into an empty barrel, actually. So if anybody comes with money, you have substance. No, even if you're a professor and you don't have money, you don't have substance. Or if you're a pastor and imam, you don't have money, you don't have substance. And that is what is affecting us right now. Which those cardinal principles were put in the minds of way back leaders in the 90s, but they have failed to put it into our minds, making this youth into becoming a menace, actually.
All right. We are pressed for time, so let's just quickly coast home with one or two. Very quickly, sir. Since there is a disconnect, so to speak, between the certified mind, which is the individual, and the certification itself, why do you think that the society still places that emphasis, on the certification rather than the certified mind?
Yes, because I think we've not been watching what the world and where the world is going to. In a country, let's say for instance like Nigeria, let me give you instance with Nigeria.
All right.
Certificates are the only means of survival to many. Because government jobs are the only necessary tool for these children to get out of poverty. That's why you have people earning millions or billions and coming back to the school and they want to get a degree in order to fit in a government cycle. You have many businessmen wanting to acquire certificates, but already if they had knew that they had the certified mind, those certificates are important. I would say they're not important, but at what nexus are they important? So the most important thing is we have to, in all cases, like the way Google has done. Let me give you an instance on Google.
All right.
Google made sure that certificates are not more important in its policy making for employment. You are more certified mind they are more interested in certified mind.
So how do they go about that? So how do they go about achieving it in a very practical sense?
Because before they've shown to the world that in order to actualize things like tech, things like development, you have to reduce the burden on education as a means of survival. Like in Nigeria now, if you don't have a degree, for instance, you are considered semi-useless.
Yes. So in fact, you are even considered a failed person.
Yeah. But people abroad have done have made sure that degrees are not a yardstick for success.
So are you saying,
In the environment.
Mr. Mohammed, are you saying that people now will focus more on vocational training than actually going through, the conventional universities or other higher learning of?
Let me give you another example. I was tutoring my student and I told them, look at Lagos, for instance.
All right.
Lagos State in Nigeria is the only state that is getting out of the prison of employment or of government jobs. Out of it, I don't know the statistics, but I can see almost 40 to 50 or 60% of youths in Lagos have means of survival without even focusing on jobs like that you can get with a degree. Well, I mean, we have producers, we have DJs, we have choreographers, we have photographers, we have video vixens, we have musicians, we have all these people who don't believe in getting a degree anymore if it's not of use to them. They've gotten a market, they are making money, they are changing lives, they are recognized internationally, even without their degrees.
All right, sir. Well established. Your thoughts, it's highly appreciated so much, and we really appreciate you being with us on the program today. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you very much, iBrandTV. I'm always available to support anything that will make Nigeria great, and I'm honored to be on your show today. Thank you very much.
All right. And we hope when we call you some other time, you will definitely, accept our request. Not so?
Hopefully, because I feel if there's anything that moves Nigeria forward, you have to be a part of that family, and I can say that today I'm part of the iBrand family anytime, anything.
Wow, thank you very much. We are so much happy to hear all of this. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed, and
thank you very much.
Bye for now. All right, so that was Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Koko, an academia, who has been sharing his thought with us as regards shifting from being just a certification holder to becoming a certified mind. And we believe you enjoyed every bit of it. Stick around same time next week with us for yet another wonderful episode of the show with yet a different guest. If by any means you missed this week's episode of the program, you can catch a repeat broadcast on our YouTube channel at iBrandTV. Till we come your way same time next week, I am Joshua Okata. And I am Samuel Okata. And we'll say bye for now.